Alright guys, happy Easter. Alright, so as you guys know, when it's Easter, whenever you think of Easter, you think of the Easter bunny and the Easter bunny eggs and getting all the good candy. But also what Easter is also known for is the day that Christ has risen. And there's a good Bible verse that goes along with that, which says, "For God so loved the world that He gave His only Son to die for our sins, and whoever believes in Him shall not perish, but have everlasting life." And I believe that's how the video went. I mean, how the Bible verse goes. But anyway, so I'll go ahead and tell you what I learned about in the Easter service that I had this morning at my church. Oh, and by the way, first I'll go ahead and show you guys the view in my backyard. You guys can see the creek behind my backyard, and yeah. But yeah, this is my backyard. In my last video when I did a vlog, I was walking, but in this video I'm just gonna go ahead and just chillax on my porch. For this video talking about Easter and what I learned in the service today. So yeah, and so I'll go ahead and get to that now. So in this service, and I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, and one thing I did learn about at my Easter service earlier today was about Good Friday, which was the day that Christ was crucified and was risen from the dead. And well, that Good Friday was the day that Christ had been crucified on the cross, and today was the day that He had risen. And in the service, he kind of talked about some trials that we tend to go through in life. The pastor kind of got into some detail about that. And you may wonder why he kind of talked about some trials that we go through sometimes on an Easter service. You may wonder why he got into some detail about that. Well, here's the thing. On Good Friday, Jesus was crucified, and it's kind of an analogy saying, because in our lives we're going to have problems and stuff, but when Christ was risen and resurrected from the dead, He'll also be able to help us to get through our trials as well. There's one Bible verse, I don't remember what it's called, but it goes something like, in this world you'll have trials and tribulations, but be of good cheer and take heart, because God has overcome the world, or goes something like that. And then there was one Bible verse that came to my mind during the service is Romans 8:28. So yeah, and I'd say the main thing I got from my service this morning is just keeping in mind that we're going to have trials and tribulations, but with Christ being resurrected, He'll help us to rise up from our problems. So yeah, and also another thing I wanted to go over is the movie God's Not Dead. And I thought it was pretty cool that I saw it the day before Easter. And I also kind of wanted to make a video talking about that movie about how cool that movie is too, and how I could somewhat apply today's service to that movie. So basically, in the movie God's Not Dead, is basically about a college guy who's trying to preach and to mostly his professor about the existence of God, and making lectures and giving talks to his professor about how God's not dead. And that was kind of a hard thing for him, and the hard thing for the professor to interpret, or to to hear that talk from him, from the student. And then there was an Islamic girl. There was an Islamic girl who was a Christian, but the rest of her family was not Christian and was Islamic, and her dad didn't take that too well, and then her father had kicked him out. Her father had kicked her out, and that wasn't fun for her at all. And then there was another girl who had found out that she had cancer, and then I'm pretty sure anyone with cancer would not be able to handle that well, and so she didn't. She was very, very upset, but yeah, and also, like I said before, in this movie, these characters had trials and tribulations that they had to go through, but among with what I said about, among with Christ's resurrection, he will get us through these problems, and he got each of these characters through these issues. And yeah, it's such a great movie, and it's definitely one of the best movies I've seen so far. So yeah, so this is kind of my message that I want to give you guys on this Easter day, and I just want to wish you guys a happy Easter as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. All right, take care, guys. All right, thanks. All right, bye.